Today's going to be more of an upper-lower split. So we're going to start out with a superset of seated military press and hip thrust, and we're going to go 3 rounds, and then we've got 4 rounds of push-ups and dumbbell cleans, and then we've got 3 rounds finishing up with single arm rows, Arnold Press, and the Curtsy Lunges. And we're going to do as many reps as possible. Again, we're sticking with the xAMRAPs. So for your warm-up, go ahead and I would start with just doing the figure 4 and do that for a minute on each side. And I'm going to also add a new one for you. It's the runner stretch. So we're just kind of getting in the lunge position, straighten up the toes, and we're just sitting the hips down towards the heel. I'm just sinking down in there. And then once you get that position, try to open that knee up a little bit. Just going back and forth with it. And then also do some contracting and relaxing. So I'm squeezing my glutes on and off. So squeeze tight, hold it for a second, and relax. So if you just do that back and forth for a minute or so, do the openers with the knee, squeeze in, and then switch to the other side, same thing. And then right after that, if you will, stick that leg out and kind of just get some pumps here. So I'm pumping my knee down towards the floor, kind of pressing into the heel, stretching out the back of the legs here. Let's do like 15 to 20 on each side. As far as upper body goes, pretty simple. We'll do your band pull aparts again. Give me 25 of those, and then I'll have you do some down dog taps. And just for the down dog taps, you don't have to do a million of them. I would do like, we'll say 12. I feel like you'd be pretty warm by then. So military press. Grab a seat, chair, anything. We're actually going to open it up a little bit instead of having the elbows super tight this time. Open it up a little bit, and we're still pressing overhead. I'm just touching them together at the top. So just a quick note on that. I'm going to show you from the front facing. So I'm not directly out to the side. I do have my elbows in front just a little bit, and then I'm pressing up. Show you from the front again. And if you're doing it wrong, you'll probably realize it. Like if you're like really wide with it, you may have some pinching here at the top, and that's uncomfortable. So if you bring those elbows in, you can clear all that. So that's the military press, a little different. And then the hip thrust, again, use your chair, whatever you're using to elevate. Drop the hips, press up tall, squeeze. You've done those. They'll just be a little different because you're using a dumbbell. Just go as heavy as you can on the hip thrust. Push-ups, pretty self-explanatory, just a basic push-up. And then dumbbell cleans, that one's a new one. I'm not sure if we've done these. So it's not a pull, we're not curling it up or shrugging it up. It's more of a, starts out as almost an RDL. And we're using the momentum of our hips to kind of pull those dumbbells up. So it's almost like I'm jumping with the weights to get them up to my shoulders. So if you were to try it without weights, just pretend like you're gonna jump. But you've got the weights in your hands, so you're using that momentum from your hips to drive through, and then you're pulling them up. Those may take a couple times to kind of get down, and you're not gonna hurt yourself doing them, but they may be awkward at first. So try to use the momentum from the hips to explode through, get those dumbbells up to the chest. Third round, single arm rows, grab something for support. Just gonna be right here. Start with your non-dominant hand and then switch to your dominant side. Arnold Press, I think you're familiar. Here in front of the face, open it up, turn out. Try to put it all together so it kind of flows back and forth. So you're just going from a closed position to an open position at the top. Almost punched my ceiling fan. Curtsy lunge, last thing. Grab a dumbbell for these as well, if you can. Back and over. Stepping back and over. So that front knee is going to open up. That's a good thing. Watch your arches, make sure they're not caving in. We want to have that open position with the knee. Because at the bottom of a squat, that's what you want.